Out of all the time in a year that something like this could have happened, of course it happens to be during Pride Month. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Zhariya Smith, and I typically make commentary videos just like this one. So if you happen to like that, or you happen to dislike my gorgeous face, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell to get notified every single time I post, which happens to be on Mondays and on Fridays. Hi besties, how are we doing today? I'm still sick, though I'm on my last little bit to my antibiotics, so hopefully by Friday's video I should be fine, fun, funky, and fresh to film the video and not feel like death. But I know it's Pride Month and it's just funny to me, and I made a video on rainbow capitalism. I'm not gonna be the type of person that only talks about gay things during Pride Month, but that just happened to happen during Pride Month, so I'm gonna talk about it. But recently Billie Eilish decided to post a music video for her long-awaited sophomore album, and the video has gotten a lot of discourse. Is that the word to use? People are just really upset about it. And for me, when I first watched the video, my thought was this video does not go with the song literally at all. That was all I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about Billie Eilish is queerbaiting. And literally, right now, if you go into Google and you type in queerbaiting, Billie Eilish pops up. Or at least it does whenever I do it. In editing, I'll show you. But yeah, so roll title card, I guess. You might be asking me, what is queerbaiting? And queerbaiting is a marketing technique for fiction and entertainment in which creators hint at, but then do not actually depict same-sex romance or other LGBTQ representation. If you hear a bell, it's because one of the cats is harassing me. So I'd pick her up, but the last time I picked her up, she tried to attack me. So you'll just hear her in the background with her little bell. But companies do this and productions do this in order to bait a queer or straight ally audience with the suggestion of relationships of characters that appeal to them, while at the same time, you know, not pissing off the conservatives who don't want to watch a gay couple. Which my thought process is, if you care so much about the conservative people who hate gay people, then why don't you just make stuff for them and then not hint at something else? Now for me, queerbaiting is something that's interesting to me, and I'm obviously going to get into my thoughts about it later on in the video after we talk about Miss Billie Eilish. But the concept of queerbaiting came originally, you know, from back in the good old days. You know, we love film history in this channel. But basically, you know, being gay on TV was not a good thing to do. So basically companies and productions and all that stuff, if they wanted to have a gay character or insinuate a gay character, they couldn't just say like, oh, this character is gay. So instead, they decided to hint at gay relationships, but then not actually follow through with gay relationships. I mean, obviously nowadays we see gay relationships in TVs all the time, but you know, back literally when I was a little kid, you rarely ever saw that. The only gay person I remember seeing was like Ellen DeGeneres. And obviously growing up, I was kind of more so an older person when this came out, but when Steven Universe was airing, obviously Garnet, which is Ruby and Sapphire, was obviously a gay couple. Pearl and Rose Quartz, or I guess spoiler, but Pink Diamond, they were kind of a relationship type moment. You see her tail? Do you see her? Hi, Sedona. She's gonna chill out? Okay, oh, I know. She's down. She's dug her claws into my arm. But this then also leads me into queer coding, which I'm gonna briefly talk about. This is section number 2, I guess. But queer coding is the subtextual context of a character in the media being queer, in the same way of queerbaiting. But queerbaiting is a little bit more deep than that, but it's the coding of a character in the media being queer. Basically, a character's identity might not be explicitly confirmed within their respective work. A character might be coded as queer through the use of traits, stereotypes recognizable to the audience. Queer coded characters would be like Ryan from High School Musical, him from Powerpuff Girls. Some people say Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Hades from Hercules. You know, so many people, so many characters. There's literally a whole list probably on some random BuzzFeed article that I don't care to read about queer coded characters. And while I love representation and I love all of that stuff, I think that some people like to take advantage of queer baiting and take it to the extreme, where there are people, like for instance, I feel like in the middle of COVID, well, it's still a thing, but there was a TikToker who was accused of queer baiting because she was making out with girls in her TikToks, but being like, yeah, I'm straight, you know, which, like I said, I'll get into it.
Billie Eilish is truly the perfect artist for girls who pretend they're bi for an aesthetic. People who say, oh my god, I'm bi, like, and then say that they won't eat or marry a woman. Of course they love her when she queer baits. They do the same thing.
In general, queer baiting is just to bait someone. Like, it's just to be like, ha, like, look, I might be gay or not, you know, type of energy. But either way, let's get into Miss Billie Eilish. Now, obviously, I'm gonna watch this video without sound, because I don't want to get copyright struck or whatever. But we're gonna see, is it truly that bad? Knowing what queer baiting is, knowing what the vibe is, we're gonna look at Miss Billie Eilish and we're gonna decide whether or not she's queer baiting or not. I'm so excited. So first initial thought is my thought watching the video is that this video is basically supposed to like simulate the male fantasy, the sexy sleepover, like type of vibe moment. That's what I got from the video originally, and that's what it looks like. Obviously, like, Billie is dancing, and I honestly don't really know how, like, people who are affectionate with their friends, I'm not like that. I hate physical touch, but I don't know what it's like to be affectionate with your friends to like this, so I can't say whether or not it's just her being her, or if this is her trying to hint at being gay. Either way, let's continue. So, I did not know this before, but in the video, she literally just kissed, well, with the little lip thingies, but she did kiss someone, and I guess it's not normal to kiss your friends. Let's continue. Okay, so watch the video. That video just gave me very much male gazy vibes. I wonder who the director of this video is. Hold on. Oh, the director is Billie Eilish. This video gives me very much like, I don't want to say queer baiting because I feel like it's, obviously for me, I automatically assume that Billie Eilish is straight because she had to be straight to deal with whatever that boy put her through. We're not even going to talk about the whole 22-year-old dating a 16-year-old. I'm not even going to get into that. But I assume Billie Eilish is straight, and I don't want to assume that she is not straight because of this video, but it's very clear that there is some sort of flirting going on as someone who doesn't have a large amount of friends who are girls. We don't have sleepovers, we don't do anything like that. I think the most friends I've had at once doing a sleepover was like 3, and like that was too much chaos ensued then. So I don't know what the relationship is like to be with that many girls in one room and just have fun. But it gave me very like male gazy vibes, not necessarily queer baity vibes. But you know, a lot of people on TikTok are very, you know, upset because Billie came up with this video, and so many people were like, oh my god, Billie Eilish just came out, like Billie Eilish is a lesbian, like we love, you know, Billie Eilish being gay, and like blah blah blah, right? So people are under the assumption that Billie was gay.
I'm gonna just assume this is a coming out post, because if it's not, then it's queer baiting, and I don't like that. You don't post that during Pride Month and not mean it, unless you want to lose your entire fan base. Oh, hi Billie! Congratulations on coming out. Welcome to the community. We are very happy to have you. And I do not want to say a single comment saying that's not what she's doing.
Well, to our surprise, I guess, Billie Eilish is, I don't know if she's dating him, but people felt betrayed. On top of Billie posting this video during Pride Month, she posted a picture on her Instagram saying like, I love girls, which, you know, during Pride Month, I can understand why a person would assume like, oh, they're just saying that they're gay. This is them coming out as liking women, which was not the case, because then people spotted her out with her boyfriend. But people were saying like, oh, we feel so betrayed at the fact that Billie is, with this man, and she just said that she likes women, and like, oh, she's queerbaiting. She made us think that she likes women, but she's with the man, so blah, blah, blah. And this man that she's apparently with, his name is, what is it? Matthew Tyler Vorse, and he is 30.
Hope everybody's having a great Pride Month. Shout out to the gays.
Billie is 19. Now, I personally have dreams of dating Harry Styles, and Harry is 27. And I think that's, still pushing it with the age gaps. But if you're in love, do your own thing. But he's older than her brother. So that's it on that. So based on the TikToks and based on my personal opinions, I wouldn't say Billie is per se queer baiting, but I will say that she definitely is trying to categorize to men fetishizing women on women relationships. That's what I feel like it's like, and I guess that's roundabout saying that it's queer baiting, I'm realizing. Either way, this opens up another topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, but I've had no reason to, so I'm going to talk about it, and that is bi erasure. Now, really quickly, as I've said in this video and as I showed you in the TikToks before, people are saying that Billie Eilish is baiting, saying that she is a lesbian because she's with a man right now. And really quickly, I want us to do a little at-home exercise. Whether you're on your phone or, on your computer, tablet perhaps. Maybe you're watching this on a Tesla. I don't know. That's weird. I just want you to really quickly type out the words LGBT, right? And I want you to scroll through L, G, B. What's the B? You might be asking me, what is the B? It's bisexuality. And I feel like this is a time and time again example of people just forgetting that bisexual people exist. Literally, this whole Billie Eilish and queer baiting little thing, which I know queer doesn't necessarily mean that they're a lesbian or gay. Queer just means not straight. However, the people making the argument have said that she's queer baiting because she's with a man right now, which in my head means that she's baiting that she's a lesbian. And the act as though they're bisexual people just literally don't exist. You can like more than one gender. That's the whole point of bisexuality, the little flag. Men, women, everything in between. That's what the flag's there for. But bi erasure is the definition, is the tendency to ignore, remove, falsify, or re-explain evidence of bisexuality in history, academia, the news media, and other primary sources. In its most extreme form, bisexual erasure can include the belief that bisexuality itself does not exist. And while I will say that there are a lot of lesbians and gay people who once thought that they were bisexual, but then ended up being, homosexual, bisexuality does exist. So I think that the argument that, oh, she's either straight or gay is just completely messed up, and the amount of people that I'm sure that are Billie Eilish fans are there's a lot of bisexual people. Only 50% of LGBT people are actually lesbian or gay. The rest are everything else. So I think it's just wrong to just, pick a side. And I was talking to one of my friends the other day about this, and I'm like, I think it's just stupid how time and time again we see people just say oh, they're either gay or they're a lesbian, and just because people flop around in relationships, you might be dating a guy 1 month and then 3 months later you're dating a girl. That doesn't mean that you're suddenly now a lesbian. That doesn't mean you're suddenly now straight because you're with a male. There are bisexual people who are literally married to men. That doesn't mean they're not sexually attracted to women. They just happen to be married to a man, and vice versa. If a bisexual person is with a person of the same sex, that does not erase the fact that they are attracted to the opposite sex or anything in between. It's stupid and it's wrong and it's erasure. And I'm going to, can you see that I'm upset about this situation? Basically, the Bisexual Resource Center put out a study, and I'm going to tell you this, how bi-erasure is a problem in our, society. So, bisexuals face higher rates of anxiety, depression, and other mood disorders compared to heterosexuals, lesbians, and gays. Higher rate of STI diagnosis compared to heterosexuals. Higher rate of heart disease compared to heterosexuals. Higher rate of cancer risk factors compared to heterosexuals. Lower rate to cancer screening compared to heterosexuals. And higher rates of tobacco use compared to heterosexuals, lesbians, and gays. So basically, the more heterosexual you are, the better health and the better health you have in terms of mood disorders and anything in between. And if you are lesbian or gay, you might be in the middle. Though I will say gay and lesbian people and all LGBT people are susceptible to having a lot of trauma, so I'm not gonna, just invalidate that. But statistically, bisexual people just go through this stuff at higher rates. And when you're bisexual and suddenly lesbians don't want to date you because you're like, oh, you might leave me for a man, and men only want to be with you to have threesomes with, what do? And I feel like that's why bisexual people have so many issues, because of stuff like this, and that is basically it. My final thoughts on this is Billie Eilish queerbaiting? I don't know. It appears as though she is, but also you have to understand that there are people just because they are with someone who is the opposite sex does not mean that they're not also attracted to the same sex. Similar way, I think that's like my thought process on this whole thing. Like, if they were saying Billie Eilish was queerbaiting because of the video and that alone, not the post, not her being out with her new man thing or whatever. If people just looked at the video itself and was like, oh, Billie is queerbaiting, and left it at that, this video would not exist. It wouldn't, most likely. But it's the fact that people are coming onto social media and saying that Billie Eilish is pretending to be a lesbian when she's with a man, as if bisexuality does not exist. It's just literally bi-erasure in its truest, thickest form. And all of this during Pride Month. Of all the months, we had to pick Pride Month, But yeah, those are my thoughts on Miss Billie Eilish and about queerbaiting and bi-erasure and all of that stuff. If you happen to like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe down below if you want to watch more of my videos. And that's all I got, man. Have a great day. Make sure to stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.